All right, today we're diving into something really interesting. It's a performance framework called the Yupi method. Now, it promises, get this, universal performance improvement. But, and this is a big but, it's aimed at a very, very specific audience, the BYU disciple. So right off the bat, you know we're looking at a pretty unique mix of like tech bro ambition and some seriously deep-seated faith.
So what's the first thing this method does? Where does it even begin? Well, it starts by pointing out what it calls the 90% problem. And let me tell you, it's a huge reality check about all the hard work we think we're putting in.
And here it is, the big foundational claim of the whole system. 90% of your effort is being flushed down the drain. I mean, wow. Just let that sink in for a second. The idea here is that almost everything you do, all that hustle, that grind you're so proud of, it's basically going nowhere. It's a massive hook, right? It's designed to make you stop and question literally everything you thought you knew about being productive.
Which, of course, leads you to the big question, doesn't it? If we're really wasting that much of our time and energy, I mean, if that's true, then how on earth are we supposed to get it back? Is it even possible?
Well, this is exactly where the UP method steps in with its big promise. See, it's not just about plugging the leaks and stopping the waste. No, it's about something much bigger. It's about a total shift in what you can achieve, a promise of what they call acceleration in pretty much every part of your life.
In this slide, man, it just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got running in place. We all know that feeling, right? You're working your tail off, but you're just not really getting anywhere fast. It's all just slow, painful progress. But then, on the other side, you have guided acceleration. And this is the core idea, that with just a small amount of super focused correct effort, you can get these absolutely massive results. It's all about leverage.
And when they say massive results, they are not kidding around. These claims are wild. We're talking about learning something 20 times faster, becoming a CTO in a field you're totally new to. Or how about this one, becoming ambidextrous in tennis? And hey, even tripling your reading speed. I mean, these aren't just little tweaks to your life. These are total game changers. That's what's being offered here.
Okay, so the million-dollar question is how, right? How in the world does this thing supposedly work? What's the secret sauce behind these crazy claims? Well, the whole system is built on what they call the 5 pillars.
These 5 pillars are presented as 5 new habits of mastery. And I like the framing. It's like you're installing a new operating system for your brain. So what are they? We've got ownership, locality, embrace chaos, the DIEN cycle, and scientific reflection. And just listen to those names for a second. It's such a strange mix, isn't it? It's part corporate self-help, part philosophy, and, I don't know, part something else that sounds almost spiritual or mystical.
All right, let's break these down. Ownership is pretty straightforward. It's all about taking charge, executing your own agency. Locality is about focusing on your immediate surroundings, your resources, your sphere of influence, and totally mastering it. Now, chaos hacking, this one's really cool. It's a reframe. It says that opposition, failure, things going wrong, that's not a bad thing. It's just data, really valuable data. But then you get to the DIN cycle, and this is where it gets truly unique. It literally frames God as your senior partner. It's an explicitly spiritual part of the framework. And finally, it all comes together with scientific reflection, which is just a fancy way of saying you need a system to turn your experiences into actual wisdom you can use.
So when you take a step back and look at the whole thing, you see this really weird and fascinating combination. It's like they took classic self-help stuff about accountability, blended it with this very specific spiritual partnership, and then wrapped the whole thing in this slick, techie, almost cyberpunk kind of language. It's a wild mix.
And that brings us to the last, and maybe the most important part of the whole pitch, and that's the level of commitment we're talking about here. Because let me be clear, this is not being sold as some casual book you can skim on a weekend.
Nope, the source material could not be clearer about this. No spectators allowed. This is not a passive experience. It's not a lecture you listen to feel inspired for an hour. This is a hands-on system, and it demands you to be all in, an active participant, or not in at all.
And they even have a special term for it, a covenant of growth. Think about that word choice. They don't call it a course or a program. They call it a covenant. That's a powerful, loaded word. It implies a sacred, serious, binding promise that you're making, not just to the system, but to yourself.
And this is where it all leads, to one final, stark question that the method puts to you. It's framed as a simple, binary choice, like a software update for your life. Will you upgrade or remain? It's a powerful way to end it, right? It forces you to decide, are you going to jump into this intense system for massive growth, or are you just going to stay where you are? It's a super provocative question, and it really captures that all-or-nothing vibe of the entire Yupi method.